finish. So about 30 minutes.
Awesome, cool, cool. So we started up. Yeah. So like, what are you up to tonight? What brings you to Omegle?
I was gonna play Among Us, but I said, nah, let's go on Omegle tonight.
So like, what is Among Us? Is that like a zombie game?
No, it's this game that a bunch of people are playing now. You have up to 10 people in a match, and then there's like 1 to 3 imposters. And your job as a crewmate is to finish like all your tasks that you have. But if you're the imposter, you have to kill all the crewmates before they finish their task.
Oh, so kind
My
of like
dog's joining us.
a. What's up, puppy dog? Look at him. He knows what he's doing. He's like moving the pillow just right. Man, he got his whole thing. So like what are some of your interests, dude? Like what well first of all,
Uh-huh.
what do you want to be called on here? Do you have a code name that you'd want to use or your actual name?
I could care less.
Cool. So yeah, so what would you like your name? What's your name?
Trying to just think of a random word. My name is Omegle now.
Cool, great. Awesome. So like what is your situation like? Are you in school right now? Are you like
Yeah,
physically in? Do you go to
yeah,
physical school or is it
I
remote?
do. I'm in grade 11. I go to class in school.
What do
I'm
you
just gonna
think?
close my door.
Totally. So
There
like
we go.
what do you think of that? Do you are you happy that it's still in school or would you wish it were remote?
I would rather it be in school because
Why is
like
that?
I like being able to go there, like see all my friends and shit, and just like chill.
No, hang out. What do you think of school? I've been talking to a lot of people on here about like some people hate it, some people think it's good in some ways.
I don't mind it. I just kind of go do as good as I can. Just kind of
Cool.
chill, hang out.
Well, what do you have you like what are your interests in terms of like intellectually like
I'm really into the social sciences.
yeah? Like how so?
Well, right now I'm in intro to anthropology, psychology, and sociology, and it's such a fun class, and it's like you learn a bunch of stuff.
So like what is something that you've learned recently that's kind of like blown your mind?
Blow my mind. Um,
Or at least interested you?
Putting me on the spot here.
No, that's okay. Well, there's no
Um,
yeah. There's no pressure. Just whatever is interesting to you.
well, we were just talking about in anthropology about Lucy, the 3.3 million old like skeleton that was found, and that was just crazy to see like how different but similar it was at the same time.
Now, was Lucy a Homo sapien or
It was an in between stage between. I'm pretty sure they were in the Homo erectus
oh,
stage.
okay, that's right. Homo erectus was the first was like the first kind of human, right?
Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, and then there were like a bunch of different ones from what I remember. Like the that was before like Neanderthals or Homo sapiens.
yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, their brain wasn't like as developed, right, or something like that.
yeah.
Interesting. Cool. So like, if you could improve school, if you could like change school in any way, what would you change?
Well, for me personally, I go to a Catholic school. I don't really practice Christianity as much, and I feel like a lot of Catholic schools need to be more open and accepting.
That's cool that that your school like as a Catholic school is teaching sociology. Like that like
It
rarely
really
doesn't.
is.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, because like we talking about, like, at least in my class, we talk about beliefs and like sexuality and all that. And so it's interesting that seeing I'm at a Catholic school that we do that.
Yeah. What is like what is the kind of like the majority of the people in your class do you like what is the major opinion of all of that like LGBTQ and everything?
Yeah. Um, at least with my school, it's one of the more like accepting ones in my town, which is like surprising because it's the Catholic school in the town, but it's one of the more accepting ones out of all of them. And like, we have like guidance counselors and youth counselors and all that. And so most people in my class are mostly okay with it. Like no one said anything like against it in class whenever we're having like a discussion. And yeah, like it's
Oh, hold on. You froze up, dude. This internet, man. Internet the last few days. Ah, unbelievable. I'm angry. I'm angry. Omegle from I don't even know where you're from, my man. Catholic school. Dude, this is exactly the kind of stuff I'm interested in.
oh, there we
Oh,
go.
you
Now
hear
you're
me?
back.
Okay,
Yes,
what?
there we go.
Okay, perfect, dude. I was just ranting. I was ranting at how bad my internet is. Was that your internet or mine or what? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, but so in one way, like, I'm not surprised because most young people are like really on board with LGBTQ rights, but in another sense, like, what is the opinion of Trump there and stuff? Like, is it?
I mean, I'm from Canada, so
Oh, you're from Canada.
yeah,
Oh, okay, okay, great, great, great. I had no idea.
yeah,
How do you like it up there? You got a good setup.
pretty good right now.
Is like are you like in like Ontario area
Yeah,
or are you like in one of the strange like
I'm in
Saskatchewan?
Ontario.
Okay, cool. What do you hear like what do you think about the US and everything that's going on here?
um, I don't pay. I try not to pay too much attention to it, but from what I've seen and heard, it's I don't know. I could care less about it to be honest.
Cool. Yeah, like what do you care about? Like you said that like you don't really care about, which I think is like awesome because like all that just clutters your mind, you know? But
Yeah,
what are the
and
things for
that's
you that
what I
you
try to stay away from it.
what are the things for you that kind of energize you or lift you up?
Energize me and lift me up. I like getting into like really philosophical like conversations with friends and shit,
Yeah? Dude,
and just
awesome.
like asking some like deep questions and then just talking about it for hours.
Cool. Well, could you kind of like lay an idea on me that you've been thinking about or questioning lately?
It's a lot of just like it's more of just like how are we here, why are we here, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Hold on, you're lagging right now for a second. Ugh, annoying.
And it's just like why were humans the one to evolve?
Hmm. Okay. Hold on.
There we
Stick.
go.
Can you? Are you good?
But yeah, it's more like why are humans the one? You good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, it's more of like why is it humans that evolved into like the greater species? And that
Hmm.
yeah.
What is your opinion of that?
I don't know. I don't like being put on the spot.
That's
I would
okay.
be like, this is
No, no,
fun, but
no.
I hate it at the
Well,
same time.
yeah, no, I totally get. Well, this is like to just be clear, like this isn't, this
Yeah.
is us just kind of like processing. There's absolutely no need to perform. Like what this is it's just like us kind of. I mean, the whole reason I'm doing this is to hear different perspectives from different people about their lives and the things that they're passionate about. Like it's not like a dick measuring competition about who's right or who's wrong. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
absolutely not that at all. Actually, that's one of the things that I'm really like talk about philosophy and stuff. Like to me, I was actually a sociology sociology major in college,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I would absolutely recommend it. I think it was one of the best things I've ever done. Um, but I think the one issue about our society that I really dislike is how we kind of classify what conversations are today, which is that a lot of people just care about being right. And if they're right, it boosts their ego, right? And so, like, but it doesn't help anyone. It doesn't make anyone feel better. You know, like if someone is proved wrong, then they're just angry. So, like,
Yeah.
why can't we just learn together? Why can't we just, you know what I mean? So that's what my this whole kind of like project is for me. But um, yeah, like, what are your thoughts of? I'm going to ask you one big kind of thing since you are interested in
Sure.
that. And like, what are your thoughts of God? And like, what is your relationship like to that whole thing?
See, that's kind of a hard question because, like, I do go to mass sometimes. Like, at least at school, I do. And, like, I pray every morning at school and at the end of class. And, like, I kind of believe that there is a higher up, but I'm not sure, like, who that is and if it is God or who it is. And, like, if I do fully believe in that, or like, if we are just here because we're here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. At least like for you, do you how do you feel like your opinion differs from your parents' opinion of God?
See, both my parents, neither of them are Catholic. I know, like, I'm pretty sure they're both Anglican, and they don't go. We don't go to church as a family except for like Christmas because our grandparents want us to. And like, I won't really say that they believe in anything, and I feel like that's kind of where I'm like that's kind because like it's the whole nature versus nurture debate, where it's like for the nurture side, that's where I kind of get the I don't believe in it side. But then again, like I kind of want to believe that there's a higher up.
Hmm. Well, what do you think it is in your mind like that makes you want to believe in that?
I kind of want to know that there is something up there controlling it, and that there is a reason for everything, and that hopefully everything would turn out all right.
Hmm, interesting. That's really interesting, Omegle. I'll just call you Omegle,
For sure.
right? That's your name now. Um, huh. Do you think that like that's an interesting thing, right? Because like if the person if the entity that's above us that's created the creator, right, has control, does that mean that we have free will at all? Or to what extent do we have free will?
Ooh, that's a hard one because like I would like to say that we do have free will, but if there is a higher up, and that everything is for a reason, do we actually have a free will? Looks like you feel like you do, but if there is something, if there is an entity up there, um, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I have kind of an opinion of it. I I think that we do all have a purpose. I don't think that there is a man in the sky that's like, I'm going to create Omegle now here in Canada,
Yeah,
and Omegle will do my bidding, and he won't even know about it. Or, you know, I don't know what pronouns you like to use, but I'm just assuming he, right? And,
I don't care about pronouns.
cool. And, and, and so but I do think that we're born, each human being is born with some kind of creative want, right? Like for me, I love acting. I'm an actor. That's my job. And I love acting, but I also really love writing. I also really like socializing. You know, I love meeting people on Omegle, you know, like I love it. And you know, I have a YouTube thing about it now. And and every single person has like this want that they want. Like for you, it may be, it also may be like figuring out human nature or figuring out our purpose or something. You know, like everyone is something. And so I feel like there is that purpose, but the thing that kind of holds us back from it is actually our own selves, our own fears. And so like fear is as much of human nature as our wants and our creative desires. And the fear is also self generated, self generated, but also imposed on us from like other people and from institutions, right? Like like if you are born somewhere in Africa, you know, where you are lynched for being gay, and you're born in that country, you're going to be way more afraid to access yourself and your purpose than if
Yeah.
you were born in Canada, you know? Um, I'd even go as far to say that if you were born a black person in Canada, you would be way more able probably to access your inner purpose than you would be in America, in the
Oh,
US,
100%.
you know? So like I feel like at least that's my I feel like there's a flow to the universe, and the thing that holds us back is our own human institutions.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and so it's our jobs as creatives and as human beings to make our world as open to us achieving our purpose as possible. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this channel, and it's also one of the reasons I'm an actor. And so that's my 2 minute spiel on that. Thank you for listening to my ramble. Um, but yeah, what do your other friends think about all of this? Like, what do you think?
All of my friends, like me and most of my friends, I wouldn't say all, but most of my friends are a part of the LGBTQ community. And we all, I've personally found a really nice group of people and who I really click with. And we all have like the same ideology of like, for most things at least. And they're all pretty like accepting of like LGBTQ and BLM and all that. We all have a lot of the same views. And so I feel like I've found that group of people who understand it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you feel like that they kind of lift you up, and yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm interested. Like, is it like you said that you don't care too much about like the pronouns? Does that mean like for yourself, like you don't care like what I use for your pronouns, or just the
Yeah, go
movement in
for it.
general, or like what do you think of the movement in general with the pronouns?
Like I say go for it. Use whatever pronouns you want, but it's also my parents has held me that back from that because my like at least my dad a lot he's pretty conservative. Um and it's like so at least in that way, like he's held me back a lot, and I
Yeah,
haven't at least around like family members and at school a lot. I'm not able to actually like show who I want to be and who I am. And it's like I think it's a good thing that more and more people are becoming more accepting of it, but I still think we have a long way to go.
absolutely. Well said. Well said. Yeah, man, you're really articulate, dude. I appreciate that. You know. No. Um. Hmm. How do you think? I'll ask you like one more question, and then I'll. So, like for you, like, what do you think it's like? How do you think life is different in Canada compared to anywhere else in the world? Like, what should people know about Canada?
Um, it's a hard one. Night, Dad. Um, I feel because like for the most part, it is a lot of the same as the States, but we are like very accepting in Canada, and obviously free healthcare. um,
Yeah, we're
but
jealous.
but like what
Many of us are
separates
jealous.
us? Um, Night, mom. Um, what separates us from like everyone else? Because that's what you're trying to get at, right?
Well, yeah, and you know, like there isn't, at least for you in your experience, like how do you think your life has, like, you know, what are the things that you've been able to do in Canada that you don't think you'd be able to do living in any other country in the world, you think? I mean, it doesn't have to be right, but like just like
I
your impulse.
You coming?
Hunter, you going to see mom? Go see mom.
Actually, you gotta get your pills anyway.
Hunter, go see mom. Just give me a second.
Sure.
Come on, let's go get treats.
Go get mommy.
Let's go
You want a treat? Go see mom. My dog's gotta go outside for the last time of the night. He's also gotta get his pills. But
Cute.
um, I find it definitely has opened up my eyes because like I'm not in America, but like I see what happens there and I see what goes on there. And not a lot of that stuff happens here. Like obviously there still is racism and sexism and all that, but I find it's not nearly as much, and it's more like seen upon and more like it's more managed. And so I've been able to see that I have like a different view on a bunch of different countries because of where I live. If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you mind sharing some of those opinions of the other countries that
I don't have like super strong opinions on it. I just kind of like I like observing. I don't like having opinions on it.
Mhm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Cool. Yeah. Well, I know that you were saying 9:15, right?
About
So
that.
I kind of came up with these random questions that I wrote down on a piece of paper. There are a lot of them, but let's only do like one or two if
For
you're
sure.
interested. So pick two numbers between 1 and 45.
12 and 27.
Oh, 12. Oh, okay. Are you ready?
Sure.
Number 12. What's your most embarrassing story?
Damn.
First thing that comes to mind.
Probably like it was probably like grade 2 or 3. Me and my friends were outside, and I used to have one of those scooters with like the bigger like bike tire, like the small like the bigger tires that were actually like rubber. And oh, and so we were just out there riding that around, and there's these two old ladies walking down the street. I do like a jump on it, and my pants fall down, and then they laugh at me.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's funny that that's the first thing that comes to mind, huh?
Yeah. And then 27 it was.
Oh, 27. 27. What is the last thing you Googled?
Well, let's find out. Let's go history. So besides Omegle,
Mm-hmm.
it was me and my friends were talking about jobs, and it was veterinarian's salary in Ontario.
Oh, is that something that you'd be interested in?
That's what my friend was looking at.
Oh, interesting. Were your parents talking to you about looking for a job?
I have a part-time job at like a grocery store, but in the future, they weren't talking about it today, but we have talked about it.
So how do you like that job?
It's a grocery store. I just go, I do it, get paid, and that's kind of all it is right now. But it's good to have a job like as a teenager to build up the experience and like know how to write a resume.
Yeah, and like work with people who are just like random people, you know.
Exactly, and I'm still pretty introverted, and I used to be like really introverted, but I've had to come out of my shell more because I have to talk to people who I don't know and a lot of customers.
Yeah, and deal with that. Like, is that like cashier job, or do you kind of like work
I
with
work in the deli,
Oh, okay, that's cool.
so I still talk to a bunch of people every day.
That's cool. Yeah. So you like help. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. If you could have like one job like later on, what do you think?
It's
Maybe
like
like
a dream job.
yeah, dream job.
Most definitely a graphic designer.
No way.
I love art and just like, and I love technology as well. So like a way to combine that would be graphic designer.
That is so cool. Have you done anything like that lately?
I've tried, yeah.
Wow. Dude, you got to keep going with that, man. That's awesome. Yeah.
Got my drawing tablet right there.
Would you be willing to show something? One of your things?
Oh,
Or
I can like send you some emails if you want.
yeah,
Through, like your
totally.
email.
Yeah, I would love that.
Uh,
That'd be really cool. Awesome drawings. Did you like start doing like drawing and like visual art stuff when you were younger?
kind of. I've always been into art. But I also do a lot. I have an iPad and an Apple Pencil, and I mainly do it on that. I just got the drawing tablet to do it at my computer if I wanted to.
That's great. That technology. There's going to be so many different kind of art forms coming out of like this COVID stuff and all this new technology. Like the ice, it's just that not even the tip of the iceberg has been explored yet. You know.
Yeah,
Wow. All right. I kind of want to ask you one more. What do you
go
think?
for it.
All right. One more number between 1 and 45.
Let's go 45.
I knew it. Why did I think 40? How did I know that you was like, just go for it? Okay. All right. You ready for this? Tell me about the first time you told someone you loved them.
Oof. So like obviously there's like the stupid ones in grade 2, but I don't remember any of those. But the most recent one, at least, is I didn't actually tell them this, but so I've known these people for a while, and I've been in this friend group for a while, and I liked one of them. Like we hung out a lot. We did everything. Like we hung out every day. Um, and then apparently I told another person in that group that I liked them, and apparently I didn't know this, but they also liked them. And I told them I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna like ask them out like in a couple like days or so." And then I go to text them and stuff and like talk to them. And then they say, "Hey, guess what?" I'm like, "What's up?" They're like, "The other person I was talking about just asked me," and I said yes. And I'm like, "Oh, yes."
Oh,
That was rough.
oh my God. Oh, what did you, like, how do you feel about all that?
It was rough because like they knew that like the other person who asked them out knew that I was going to, and then they go ahead and do that, and I'm like, "Hey, like, what's up with that?"
And they were definitely a friend, you know?
Yeah, they were. They were a good friend. And like I've tried to look past it, and like I do still hang out with them, but it's kind of awkward now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really understand. And like, if that person had, like, let's say you had gone to them and you said that to them, like, if they had been honest with you about their feelings for that person in that moment, could that have saved it, you think? Or,
Most probably, yeah, because like I would have been like, "Oh, okay," and I don't know like exactly what would have happened, but we probably could have like worked something out between us and not have made it like an awkward situation where now like we don't really hang out as much.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I mean that's something that in our world we need to like work on is like figuring out how we can feel something about people and then communicate as openly with each other as possible. Because if this person is a friend, then like basically like transparency and trust is number one, right? So like
Yeah.
over, so I'm sorry that happened to you. That send me their address and I'll figure it out. But cool, man. Yeah, is there before we get going, we're finishing right on time here. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the audience or any last kind of thing that you haven't talked
I don't know.
about?
I'm just glad that I've had this experience. Like it's been fun. I wish I could stay longer, but my friend needs me to help them with something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for taking the time and I mean that was a half an hour. That was
Yeah.
not nothing. So thank you for that. Yeah,
Thank you. Like I had a lot of fun. Like that was I got a lot of stuff off that my chest that like I've been kind of holding in and just like it's brought up some like thoughts that I haven't thought of in a while.
cool, man. Cool. That makes me feel really good. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna upload the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Already did.
Beautiful. And I'll be putting you on there as Omegle. so,
For
so
sure.
cool, man. Well, you take care and good luck with everything. All right.
Sounds good. You
All right.
too.
Bye.
Bye.